What is Gucci Kani Eaters? My name is Push, aka the Creative Queer, the masculine, cotton eating queen Kumkani guys yet drip, and welcome to a brand new season of Creative Queer. Welcome to 2023. This is my very first video of the year. I don't know how to feel about it. I think for me it was worth the wait because I wanted to come back with something different, man. I think Bendina in a creative block. But I think one of the main things and the main delays that I wanted or that I had was, the goals that I had for the channel. And I was like, you know what? If I come back, I want to come back with something new. So I'm trying new things out, As you can see, I got a new setup. I've got a microphone. There's something about podcast microphone that makes you feel like, yeah, I'm spitting some knowledge here, I get why we have so many problematic podcasts out there, because headphones, it makes you feel like, yeah, you know what, people are here to hear what my brain has to say. So I even got this little, I know you can't see it on the camera, it's got this little setup here. We can cheer. So I'm cheering for myself this year, man. Shout out to me, man. Shout out to me for making these strides. I'm Shane. But I think before I get into the intention of this video, I just want to reflect quickly on where we left off last year. And I think the momentum from last year, definitely for me, is what I'm going to use and what I have been using to come into this year. Last year ended off on a very bittersweet note, and I think with all of the lessons that I've learned from last year coming into the new year, I'm really refreshed. But yeah, man, I'm so excited for the brand new channel, for where I'm trying to take things. Today I'm just testing out the equipment. Actually, I don't really need to have the setup. I'm just wanting to see from an editing perspective how this new setup is now going to affect post-production and all of those things. And I'm also kind of testing it for you guys, if you enjoy the sound, because I know one thing I like about content creation is the sound. A lot of my favorite YouTubers, Shannon Boudram, Belief in Fatherhood, have great sound, and I've always loved that user experience because it makes me want to sit and enjoy the content, man. It's really great. So I thought, let me get myself some equipment. I've got a brand new microphone with its own V card connected to my laptop, which was existing. I have another microphone. So I think the main intention, for this year more especially, is to invite a few people, have a few chats, have a few blunts, share a few drinks, discuss a couple of things within obviously the context of blackness and queerness and everything in between relating to that. So that's why I got the microphone. I think I spoke to you guys about it a bit last year, about having the intention of doing that. So I'm definitely going into that direction this year. I'm hoping to invite a couple of people as well, just to share, a couple of friends, more impactful content, more meaningful content, but also more relaxed in the sense that I want to talk shit on this mic. Yeah, man, that's where we kind of taking it, and I hope nizawundamkela ngezandla ezifudumeleyo. I know I started a bit late, but I'm saying these are some of the things that I wanted to achieve for the channel before I come back, or for when I come back. Guys, I asked you guys on my Instagram, because I had quite a period where I felt like the writer's block, because I was like, what do I want to say this year? So just to give you a little update, briefly, my nephew's old and stuff. He's growing old. He's almost a year. Well, it's not almost a year. He just finished the 6 months mark. That's been very exciting. I think one of the big milestones that I've come into this year is living alone, man. I moved into my apartment this year, January. And it's been quite amazing, just getting into new space, getting into new time frame after living with a partner. It definitely felt like a divorce. I don't know what a divorce feels like, but it felt like a divorce, because obviously there's not legal, but contractual things that you have to complete. Yes, it's a breakup, but after the breakup, now you gotta move out. gotta split your deposit. You have to speak to landlords. You have to do the recons together. You have to split furniture. You have to just like separate your lives, man. Like you packing and like, you paint your ex yako, and it's just like, what the fuck, dog? Like, so it's like things like that I just needed to like brush, and sweep away. Okay, maybe not. I don't want to use the term sweep away because it makes me feel like I'm just like getting rid of, like without consideration. But like those things, those residual parts of my life that were still part of hers. It was really tough, guys. From that perspective, like I dreaded the process. It was so draining. So I think for me, that was really the toughest part of last year. Sweeping that part of my life and like starting a new chapter. That was really hard, but I got through that. And then also now learning to be single and to see what to do with my time now, because my time was, dedicated to this person. A lot of my unknowingly so, and I think that happens naturally when you live with somebody. You will your lives will kind of immerse into one. So now I had to sit back and be like, yo, okay, damn, silapha ngoku. One of the good habits that I think I learned through therapy is just finding my own things that I like doing, finding my own habits. And I think one of the big things was gym last year. Gym, taking walks, staying in therapy, seeing my friends, seeing my family. I think I spoke about this in the previous video. So those are the kind of things that kept me afloat. I needed to create my own life. And I saw in what ways I was a bit codependent there, This is a bit much. So I had to kind of now learn to stand on my own 2 feet and to create the life that I want for myself and not depend on somebody else. That was a big transition for me. But I think other than that, I've always been somebody that's independent. I love living alone. I had no issues. Before I met her, I was staying alone. I've been staying alone in varsity as well. I love this neighborhood. I just love the quietness. I love everything about the space that I'm in right now. So that's where I'm at this year, man. I want to show you something. Employee of the Year 2022. It is Push. You can't see it, but it says Employee of the Year awarded to Pumela Lombo 2022. This is this is an award I got at work, which was pretty exciting. It was pretty validating because I had a tough year last year. I think especially at work, I was very swamped and overwhelmed. So it was great to get this recognition. And also now when it comes to my creative career as well, I think one of the bigger milestones last year was working with Grasshoppers. I really enjoyed that collaboration. It was one of the most authentic things to happen for me. So man, this year I'm just excited to just take it to the top in terms of content creation, in terms of my own career as well. And obviously I'm a lover girl at heart. I'm looking forward to falling in love once again. But anyway, in fact, you see, this is the beauty about a podcast mic. It just makes you want to shwak all the time. Let me get into today's video. Today I want to talk about being an older queer, or considered as an older queer. I'm done with my 20s. This year is the year of my 30s. So I want to talk a little bit about how I feel about turning 30. Okay, let's roll the bumper. We still roll the bumper on this channel. Masambeni. Right, so yes, let's talk about growing older, being done with my 20s. The 20s were the ghetto. Oh my God, they were the ghetto. But I think they were the ghetto in terms of like other things. But we had fun. Shout out to everybody I met in my 20s. Shout out to everybody. We have fun. Yeah, so I had some time to think about what I feel about being in my 30s. And I think towards the end of last year, I actually listened to a podcast by Shannon Boodram. She had, I think it was titled "Being Single and 30" or something like that. And I know 30 is sort of like the big age where we consider getting married, settling down. Some of my peers are already married with 2 kids and stuff like that. But like 30 had been like the golden age back when I was 18. It was like at 30, I'm gonna have a husband, I'm gonna have a couple of children, I'm gonna be a senior, whatever, in my career. I'm gonna have this big house, this big mansion. I'm gonna be rolling with these big cars, and those were kind of things that I think at the time I considered as things that would make me happy and things that would mark the 30-year-old life, the life of the life of a 30-year-old. So those are the milestones, and I had to look back at those things, and sometimes it gives me anxiety. I won't lie, because I feel like, damn, why haven't I achieved those things? But I try not to judge myself too much, because I know that the 18-year-old, I can't take the same benchmark that I used when I was 18, with the brain of an 18-year-old, and say and use it today as a 30-year-old and think that those same things were going to make me happy. Having a husband was definitely a very heterosexual thought. I cannot imagine my life with a man right now. I can't imagine my life with a kid right now. I absolutely love my nephew. I love being a present auntie, but I like to give her back. I like to give him back when I'm done, that sense of permanency is not what I'm ready for right now. I think emotionally, I'm also kind of looking through my childhood traumas, and I can't imagine had I had a child anytime sooner, before this sort of sense of self-awareness. I would have passed down my dismissive avoidantness to them, and I don't want to do that. I think staying consistent in therapy has now helped me sort of transition, or transcend from an avoidant to a more secure attachment style, and that's what I want to impart and teach my children. So I cannot imagine myself with a husband. I cannot imagine myself with a child right now. Yes, that's something I want in the near future, but not right now. I'm enjoying the stability of ingqondo ye 30-year-old, like kumandi ukwazi ukuba these are my emotions, this is where I come from, this is how I've shown up in relationships, this is how I want to show up in relationships, this is how I'm going to change this generational thing that I was taught. It feels very empowering. I'm sort of like curating ubomi in a way that suits me and speaks for me. So as a benchmark, as an 18-year-old, there's illusions. The 18-year-old don't really work for me. So I'm willing to let them go, and I think this is what Shannon Boodram spoke about on the channel. I was like, you know what? I relate to that. I relate to the fact that I can't use as a benchmark of an 18-year-old as a 30-year-old. I think one of the other things is that a lot of my 20s I lived, which is a great thing, my queerness on the internet, which has helped me relate to it has helped me understand my sexuality a lot more. It has helped me relate. I remember number 21, 22, I was in varsity. I used to stalk Facebook pages, these stud Facebook pages. Like that's how I want to look, that's how I want to present. I always knew that there was some sort of like sense of masculinity within myself that I wanted to express. And I've always just known that this is how I wanted to present. So it's been great, the fact that I can do that and I can express that through fashion. So I think as an 18-year-old, I would have never imagined that, because I was wearing heels and I had big hair and I was very feminine. But for me, the transition over my 20s of being like very feminine into this very masculine but still feminine, yeah, a queen that I am today, like I could have never imagined that. I could have never in my greatest mind think that I could I would say manifest it, but like wow. Of course, this is what I'm saying now, guys, is that yeah. Fuck Escom, dog. Like, yo, guys, like, the time is midnight now. I was planning to shoot this thing. Fucking hell. I don't know when I'm gonna shoot the rest of this video, to be honest with you, because tomorrow morning I'm gonna try shoot it, but the only problem is that I don't know how the light is gonna be, because there won't be any electricity tomorrow morning when I get up and I want to shoot this thing. So yeah, we'll take it from the top tomorrow, man, guys. Yeah, okay, all right, bye.